Very much.
Yep, good afternoon everybody and welcome to the press conference for the 2016 FIM Gala ceremony, which is going to take place tonight here in Berlin at the Tempodrome. My name's Gavin Emmett and over on the other side is Lisa Leyland. Hi Lisa.
Hi Gavin.
Normally we get to sit together for this one, it's not fair, we've been separated here today. But of course tonight is the big glitzy end of season event where we get to present the prizes to all the world champions from every single motorcycle discipline across the world. But as you can see, it's a shame none of them have graced us with their presence at the moment. But they are about to turn up over the next few minutes. We're going to meet and we're going to hear from the best motorcyclists in the world. And I think we're going to kick things off with not one, but two world champions from Belgium. So they're with Lisa now.
Thank you, Gavin. Well, firstly, I'm joined by the FIM Sidecar Motocross World Champions. First of all, the driver, Jan Hendricks. Jan, I know you've been a contender for so many years, haven't you? So what does it feel like to get your first world title?
Yeah, it's a big difference. I stay many times on the box, but second and third, but the world title is a big difference, and I'm very happy that I can finish my career with the world title. I'm very happy.
Good, and of course your partner here, we have Jan's passenger, a familiar face in sidecar racing, Ben van der Boogaard. Ben, slightly different story for you because this is your third world title, isn't it? Would you say that your experience has actually helped the pair of you get over the line?
Yes, I think with my experience you can handle the pressure a little bit more, and yeah, we pushed the whole winter to believe in to take the title. And yeah, it's happened, and I'm very happy for Jan that on the end of his career here he can take the title.
Well, we're very happy for the both of you. But congratulations. That's Ben van der Boogaard and also Jan. Okay, thank you. If you'd just like to take your seats.
Thank you very much to Jan and Ben. Thanks, Lisa. And as a sidecar motocross world champions take their seat, that's an absolutely wild sport, as I'm sure you'll agree. But just as wild as well is the Ice Speedway Gladiators. And I'm joined by the Astana Expo FIM Ice Speedway Gladiators world champion, Dimitri Kmitsovic, and Anna as well, who's going to translate for Dimitri. Because, Dimitri, you've been trying so hard over the last 5 years to win the world championship. So how does it feel to finally take your first FIM individual championship?
Я очень рад, что я стал чемпионом мира. Я счастлив. 5 лет у меня не получалось, и этот год все хорошо получилось у меня. Я счастлив.
I'm very happy because I was trying to do it for 5 years, and finally I could make it. It was a very difficult season, but I'm very happy to be a world champion.
I bet it is, and we're happy to have you here as well, Dimitri. Congratulations on your championship if you want to take your seat. Thank you. Dimitri Kmitsovic.
Okay, this year's FIM E3 Enduro World Champion is Steve Holcomb. Steve, I think it's fair to say that you actually started the season as a bit of an outside shot, didn't you? Just tell us, how surprised were you to actually become a title contender and then actually at the end of the season actually be the title winner? Just tell us how that went.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise. You know, this time last year I was still working a part-time job, so this is my first year as a professional. But yeah, you know, the goal this year from me and the team was to really come in and just, you know, as a bit of a rookie year and just feed my way into the championship and go after the title next year. So I'm sort of a year ahead, and yeah, shocked a lot of people, but you know, I've worked hard and I think that paid off.
Great job, thank you. Steve Holcomb, everybody. If you'd like to take your seat.
Not a bad full-time job to pick up, is it, that one? Going on and being the world champion. Congratulations to Steve. And actually, it's nice to have with us the FIM Freestyle Motocross world champion, Michael Milera, because over the last couple of years we've had this event. We've never had you here, actually, because you've always been competing. You've been doing the jumps on this weekend. But this year, 9 out of 10 victories. So does it feel like your most dominant performance of your 3 championship wins?
Yeah, I'm very happy about this. Finally, I can win this title again, my third title in a row. For me, it's a dream.
Did you feel dominant?
Yeah, but it's difficult because all the riders ride perfect and the level year to year is more high. but this year was more easy for me because I ride perfect every round and finally.
Always so spectacular as well, Michael. Congratulations. If you want to take your seat. Michael Malero, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, our FIM Junior Enduro World Champion is Giacomo Redondi. Giacomo, after being a runner-up for 3 seasons, it must be amazing to finally have that gold medal. And also you claimed the title as well at your home round in Italy. Just tell us, what was that like? How special did that make it for you?
Yeah, it was my last possibility this year because it was the under 23 and it was my last year. I hope to do my best and I win almost every round, 15 out of 16. And, as you say, I win the title in Italy was really wonderful and cannot speak, cannot say nothing about that because I can't complain. But anyway, I get the title and hope to come here next year also.
We hope to see you as well. Giacomo Redondi, everybody. Thank you.
Great stuff. Congratulations, Giacomo. Now we're going to move on to one of our young champions. We're celebrating another young champion, should I say. The FIM Speedway Under-21 World Champion is Max Frick. And obviously, I suppose you're the latest rising star of Australian Speedway. Other Under-21 champions over the years, names you might be familiar with, Darcy Ward, Jason Krupp as well. Lee Adams, another one. So is it an honour to be mentioned in the same sentence as those riders?
To be mentioned in the same, just the same sentence as those guys, it's phenomenal. They're people I've grown up looking up to, and to be, a part of that group now, and to win a World Under-21 Championship is really cool. So, I'm stoked to be here, and it's really looking forward to the whole event.
What's the future for you now? Because I know you've actually been named third reserve for Speedway GP in 2017. I'm assuming that's the ultimate goal, of course.
Yeah, for sure. We, we're all growing up looking at the Grand Prix, and that's the area where we want to be. So I'm super excited to be third reserve for the Grand Prix next year, and with a bit of luck, hopefully we get a Grand Prix or two throughout the season. And I think that's a good introduction into the Grand Prix series. So hopefully that all works out, and same thing. I'm eligible to be in the World Under-21s again for next season, so we'll be also looking at that pretty closely.
Good luck with everything, Max. Ladies and gentlemen, Max Frick, the Speedway Under-21 World Champion.
Okay, our FIM E1 Enduro World Champion is Eero Remes. Eero, you won the title in 2015, and this year was a really tough title defence. You were really pushed by Nathan Watson. He didn't make it easy for you. Just tell us, how tough was it for you, and how special was it for you to reclaim that crown?
Yeah, we have all the year is like a tight battle all the time, and but I make good training on the off season and try to keep my level like what was the last year, and then when we go to racing, I try to just go day by day and try to keep my riding well. So, and I get also bike good settings, so I can go fast every round, and this is my goal, and it's going good, so I'm happy.
It's been a great season. Congratulations. Eero Remes, our FIM E1 Enduro World Champion.
We'll move across to motocross now, and the FIM X2 World Champion, of course, is Jeffrey Hurlings, and he's no stranger to the ceremony, but you haven't been able to take the title over the past 3 seasons. There have been a lot of injuries. In fact, there was even injury this season, you missed 3 rounds. So to finally reclaim the title, was that a bit of a relief for you?
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, missing out my 3rd championship with a broken femur in 2014, and then dislocating my hip in 2015. There was 2 major injuries which cost me a championship, so that really hurt it. And I mean, we came back strong this season, and we had a really good season until midway, and then broke my collarbone, but came back from that and still managed to win with a big lead the championship. But definitely I had some sweaty hands halfway the season when I broke my collarbone, but we made it through, and now going to MXGP and try to fight for first place at that class as well.
Yeah, good luck in MXGP next year. Jeffrey Hurlings, ladies and gentlemen, MX2 Motocross World Champion.
Okay, from Italy, and just crowned last weekend in Spain, the FIM Junior Moto3 World Champion, Lorenzo Della Porta. Lorenzo, you've got the title, but it was quite a crazy weekend, wasn't it, last weekend? Just tell us what was going through your mind when your bike caught fire on the grid.
Yeah, in the first moment, I think, oh shit, because
Apologies for the language there.
it's very incredible this, but now after I'm very nervous for the second race, but with my team and my father, they can release me better, and I can do a fantastic race too.
Now, you actually picked up quite good experience with Valentino Rossi's team in Moto3, moving up permanently to the class next year. Quite a big move, big step. How are you feeling about that challenge?
I think is every championship from the first test that everything is very better, and nothing for next year. I want to win, but everybody want to win, and it's very difficult to see our new circuit, but I want to try.
Well, best of luck for next year, but congratulations for this one. Lorenzo Della Porta.
Yeah, definite star of the future is Lorenzo, but someone who's a regular here at the gala ceremony is, of course, the FIM S1GP Supermoto World Champion, Thomas Scharer. Five world titles for you now, Thomas. 3 of those on the bounce. But was this one the 5th? Was this the most difficult, the toughest title fight yet?
Non, je pense pas que ce soit le plus difficile. Pour moi, le plus difficile, je pense, c'était le 3e. Je revenais de blessure. Maintenant, c'est jamais facile de gagner un titre. Ça a été compliqué. Ça s'est super bien passé pour moi cette année. J'ai gagné beaucoup de courses. Maintenant, les jeunes arrivent. Ça va être compliqué de rester au sommet. Et on va essayer de tout donner encore l'année prochaine pour revenir.
So Thomas saying no, it wasn't the most difficult. In fact, his 3rd one, when he came back from injury, that one was the one that he found hardest to win here. He said, though, he's enjoyed the season, had a really good time, won lots of races as well. But he says, watch out, because there are a lot of youngsters coming through in the future who perhaps will challenge him over years to come. But it's a 5th one for Thomas. Please give him a round of applause. Thomas Scharer.
Okay, it's great to welcome our first of our 7 legends who are being recognised this evening, starting with a man who could have easily been a motocross legend, but he's our FIM Cross Countries Rallies legend. It's Heinz Kindergarten. Heinz, you're a hero of many an off-roader across the world, but you're still very much involved in the sport now, on and off-road, aren't you? Is your passion still the same as what it was when you were racing, even though your role is completely different?
Yeah, first of all, welcome. Yeah, it's still the same. I mean, it's a different role, like you said, but racing, it's my world, and being in this world is keeps you young. No, you have to go with them, and I mean, I'm a trained baker and sugar baker, and I find out quite early that racing is my world. And the beginning of the 80s, we won, my 2 brothers and me, we won all the Austrian motocross titles. So there was not much left. I mean, racing, and that's it.
Such a great achievement. It's great to have you here. Heinz Kindergarten, our FIM Cross Country Rallies legend. Just take a seat. Thank you.
And our FIM trial legend alongside me, Gilles Bourgain. And of course, Gilles, today we've got Tony Bow here as well. He's got 20 world titles to his name, but you still hold the record as the youngest ever FIM trial world champion. You won it at just 19 years of age. How does it make you feel to still have that record?
I'm very happy about it. So I only have 1 title. I'm sorry about it, but only 1, not like Tony. Trial, it's a very different sport. When I got world champion, I was lucky. I was young. Everything I had good people around me, good motorcycle, good tires. So I got lucky. And after I got some injury, but I feel good about. I didn't know I was still holding the youngest rider, but I'm happy about it.
I'm sure it wasn't lucky at all, and none of us pretty much have world championships. So congratulations on that and becoming the FIM trial legend. Gilles Bourgain, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Gilles.
The FIM track racing legend for today is Per-Olof Sorenius. Per-Olof is, however, better known as Posse, a man who contested an incredible 32 World Ice Speedway finals over a 32-year period, a stunning record. But just how did you manage to stay at the top of your game for such a long time?
Yeah, I love motorcycle racing. I love every motocross and speedway, but ice racing was very good for me because I working like a fireman, and when the winter coming, I love to beginning the season in Russia, so I go over to Russia. I've been in Russia 85 times, so but every winter we go over there and training and together with a Russian rider because they are the best rider in ice speedway. So I love the sport.
Well, we love having you here. Congratulations, and it's great to have you here. Per-Olof Sorenius, our FIM track racing legend.
And having seen Heinz, it's great to have alongside us our FIM motocross legend here, Jackie Vimont, alongside. How's it feel to be back in the same room as your old rival, Heinz?
That's a really good memory. You know, we did a really good fight together, you know, on the track, you know. We did 2 years, really hard, you know. I need to wait is leaving the 250 to win, finally to win the World Championship.
Also, you're teaching the new generation of motocross riders to come through now. Do you still have that same passion, the same desire?
Of course, you know, if I'm still there, you know, I had this passion for sure, you know. And then, you know, today it's, I try to teach them to love what they do. You know, this is the most important, you know.
Yeah, and we're seeing so much success with the French riders recently. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jackie Vimont, the FIM motocross legend.
I'm very pleased to welcome the FIM women's legend of 2016, Tomo Agata. Tomo, does it make you feel proud being represented as a female motorcycle legend in the sport today?
Hi. はい、こんにちは、井形智です。今回のウーマンレジェンドの、受賞を大変光栄に思っています。私がWGP に参戦していた頃は、たくさんの日本人ライダーが、参戦していまして、今男女混走の、レースの中、私も女性ということは全然意識せずに、少しでも多くポイントを取ることを考えていました。
So, hello, my name is Tomo Igata. I'm very honored to be recognized as a women legend rider today. When I participated in the World Grand Prix, there were many Japanese strong riders who are battling for a win. I joined with them and I could not run slow, even I am a woman. So I did really my best to compete with them and in order to get as many points as possible.
Well, you're doing something right. Since you were racing, how far do you think women's participation in motorsports has come over the years?
私が始めたのは20歳で、グランプリに出たのが29歳だったんですけれども、今は、たくさんの若いライダーが、年齢が低くなってきてますので、これからもどんどん、女性ライダーには女性ライダーの指導をしながら、どんどん育っていってほしいなと思っています。っていうのこと。
So, when I started road race in Japan, I was already 20 years old. And I arrived to the World Grand Prix race when I was 29 years old. But passing 20 years, the participants start to ride very early stage and they are very young. This is very interesting and a big change.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Tomo Agata, our FIM women's legend. Thank you very much. If you could just take your seat. Thank you.
Lovely to have you here as well, Tomo. And moving on to the field of enduro, our FIM enduro legend is Gualtiero Brissoni. Great to have him here. you won lots of titles over your career, but out of all those international and national titles that you won, is there one title that stands out over those years?
Ma scusate, io parlo italiano. Ma la domanda che tu mi fai, mi ricordo nel 1973, avevo 19 anni e ho vinto la mia prima 6 giorni in America. Credo che sia stato la cosa più bella che mi sia capitata nella vita.
So Waltiero saying he's apologising, but he's speaking in English tonight. And he says actually the first 6 days that he can remember is back in 1973, and he was just 19 years of age. He went over to the USA, and he said that for him is the one that he's proudest of, the one that he remembers most fondly. Are you proud to be here? Sei orgoglioso di stare qui questa sera?
Beh, come ho detto prima, dovevo venire 2 anni fa, poi non ho avuto tempo. Ringrazio tutti per questa ospitalità. Grazie, spero di venire ancora.
So Waltiero, just explaining, yeah, he wanted to come a couple of years ago, wasn't able to make it, and he wants to thank everybody here. So proud to be here tonight, and he just hopes he can come back another time in the future. But he is our FIM Enduro legend, Waltiero Brissoni. Have we not got our circuit racing legend? He will be hopefully here later on this evening. That will be Luigi Taveri. So we'll move on straight away, why don't we? And we'll bring in a familiar face perhaps here. Do you want to come around this side? This is, of course, this year's FIM Long Track World Champion, Eric Riss. He's regained the title that he first won back in 2014. I remember his dad was here, actually, I think, as a legend here that year. But tell us a story of the final round of the season, because it must have been a special, almost perfect night, the last round in Vechta.
Yeah, I mean, in 2014 I became world champion, and it was my rookie year, and it was a big sensation for everybody. It was a sensation for me. I didn't really expect it, and nobody did, to be honest. And yeah, in 2015 I tried to make it again, but my dad always came to my races, and in 2015 he didn't come anymore, so I had to do it on my own, and I had to learn all the stuff, and I didn't really know how to set up my bike, so I had to teach myself, and 2015 wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be, so I became Vice World Champion, and last winter I put a lot of time into teaching me the things about setting up the bike, and I focused on myself and on long track, and to get the title back, and I said it from the start of the year that I'm gonna get it back, and I saw myself as champion at the start of the year already, and when we came to the final round in Vechta, I think I was 16 points ahead, so it was all going like I wanted it, and then in Vechta, there was one goal I wanted to make. It's winning a round with maximal points, and that was my goal, and I visualized myself winning this last round with maximum points, and yeah, that's what happened. So it was just a really happy moment that all the things that I wanted to achieve happened like I wanted.
And it's great to have you here, and to be in Germany as well for the FIM Gala ceremony. Our only German world champion here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a round of applause for the long track world champion, Eric Riss. And another familiar face. I know, he's already said in my ear, in French. I know, we're used to having him here. He's, of course, the team manager for Suzuki Endurance Racing Team, Dominique Mellion. Of course, CERT are the FIM Endurance Team World Champions. He's now 15. I mean, look at that up there. 15 Endurance Team World titles. Vincent Philippe, Anthony Delal and Etienne Masson, of course. Please, Dominique, can you tell us, what's the secret to your continued success?
Yes. Deux remerciements déjà.
Okay.
Le premier, Monsieur le Président, et toute l'équipe de la FIM qui ont préparé cette journée qui va se passer merveilleusement bien. Pour tout cela, merci.
Okay. So first of all, I'm going to translate on the go, if that's okay, Dominic. He wants to put out 2 thank yous, first of all. One of them is to the president who sat there, and as well the whole of the FIM team, all the teams within the FIM who've put on today's show. It's going to be a marvellous evening, he says. Et le deuxième?
Le deuxième, c'est pour plutôt personnel. Pour toute l'équipe, toujours à la FIM, qui s'occupe d'un département qui m'intéresse beaucoup, à savoir l'endurance, c'est dur à mettre au point. Alors je leur dois aussi un très grand merci.
And he also wants to say to all the team who work on endurance, it's such a special area. Obviously, it's close to his heart as well. So he also wants to thank them. And I've noticed you haven't told us the secret yet. C'est quoi le secret? Donc,
il y a pas de secret, je pense, en endurance. La preuve, c'est que je suis pas un surhomme. Il y a pas de secret. L'endurance, d'abord, faut aimer. C'est très dur quand même. Ça dure 24 heures parfois. Alors, pour pouvoir faire du résultat, pour pouvoir durer, peut-être le secret, c'est d'avoir derrière une super équipe. Des gens qui sont performants, des gens qui croient toujours à ce que l'on fait. Et l'exemple, c'est par exemple toute mon équipe technique qui est avec moi depuis 35 ans. Voilà. Donc pratiquement le temps de travail de chez Suzuki. Donc voilà, à la base, le secret, c'est une équipe forte. Et puis après, moi, je fais pas grand-chose. Je fais rien presque.
He's trying to say that he doesn't do anything. And he said he wasn't going to tell us the secret. And then he told us that the secret is having a good team behind you. He said he's had a team working with him. And they all believe in the project. They all love the sport they're working in. They've been working together, many of them, for 35 years as well. He says that he doesn't do much of it, though. But I'm sure he does. Ladies and gentlemen, the FIM Endurance Team World Champion, yet again, is Sert and Dominique Mellion. But he's got something else to say. It doesn't surprise me.
Juste, faut pas j'oublie quand même, depuis 36 ans, j'ai eu 90 pilotes et eux aussi ont toujours cru à ce que l'on faisait et ils continuent à le croire et ça c'est la vie d'un team.
Okay, and he also says he's had 90 different riders over his 36 years as a team manager. He says obviously they're key, that they believe in the project and that they all get involved, get stuck in as well. Dominique Melliot, thank you very much, as always.
Thanks to Dominique there. I'm now joined by the FIM 125 Junior Motocross World Champion, Jargo Hitz. Jargo, great year for you. You dominated the world and European titles. What is next for you in the world of motocross?
Yeah, this year was really good for me. I won the European title, world title and Dutch title. So next year I'm going to ride the EMX 250 championship and also the Dutch championship.
You looking forward to it? What's going to be your biggest challenge?
Yeah, just trying to win, and we'll see how it goes.
Best of luck for that. It's great to have you here. Jargo Hitz, everyone. Our FIM 125 Junior Motocross World Champion.
Yeah, and I'm sure I've got alongside me someone that Jargo looks up to as well. Of course, he is our AMA Supercross FIM World Champion, Ryan Dungey. 3 world titles now to Ryan's name. But do you know what? Every time I look across at Supercross, it looks like such a demanding championship, almost back-to-back all the races. So there was a lot of consistency from you that we saw this year. Was that part of the plan?
Well, you try to, for sure. It's a long season, 17 races, and don't happen over one night. It takes, multiple races to add it up together, but just try to take one at a time. Competition was tough this year, so we couldn't really afford a slip up, but the challenge was tough. But, we looked forward to it, and we look forward to it to try to do it again, so it's always good to win a championship. The team and the bike was running good, and it was nice, though, when you can stay consistent like that, it helps you in the long run for sure.
How can you go better? How can you improve, do you think?
Well, you can always improve. It seems like each and every year the challenges only get more and more demanding. You got more guys coming up, more trying to take it away. So it's not to settle where you are, but to know that it's probably going to be a little bit harder. So we'll try to try to improve with the bike setup and try to do what I can with myself physically and try to get the bike set up good too. So just try to use your whole team and make it work for you.
Well, it's such a pleasure to have you here. We know it's a Thanksgiving weekend back in the US, so great to have him. Ryan Dungey, the AMA Supercross FIM World Champion.
Okay, up next is our FIM Supersport World Champion, Kenan Safoglu. Kenan, just an obvious question. How do you keep on doing it year after year?
Of course, it's very, very important. Do you like what you do and do you enjoy? Of course, I'm very much enjoying, especially since I signed with Kawasaki. Is doing really good sport, and with that sport, we can keep winning, and this winning gives me motivation to continue.
You say motivation to continue. What are your future goals?
For sure, the Kawasaki is one. We continue keep winning, and next season we will continue. And also, especially my country, Turkey, want from me the helping young boys. This is the bigger goal than what I am doing next year. Helping new boys, bring more riders, and help the new champions.
Well, you're definitely a rider for them to look up to. Pleasure to have you here. Kenan Sofoglu, our FIM Supersport World Champion.
Yeah, we're going to stay in the field of circuit racing now as we move on to our FIM Moto3 World Champion, Brad Binder. And Brad breaking a 36-year-old record to become only the third South African World Championship in the history of circuit racing Grand Prix. And the first, as I say, since John Eckerold in 1980. So how does that feel?
Firstly, hello everybody. Yeah, I mean, this year was awesome. You know, definitely went a whole lot better than I could ever even have imagined. But to finish get the title this year, and I mean, it was great for me and great for my country. So it's a win-win situation.
And that first victory you took, you started at the back of the grid and came through to win. You know, you started the season saying it's make or break. Was that the catalyst, that race win at Jerez?
Yeah, I mean, I'd obviously had many races in Moto3 before, but I'd never managed to win one. And then the race they make me start last on the grid, I managed to get my first victory. So that was awesome. And, you know, I think it pretty much set the tone for the year. Every time things weren't going great, I would think back to that time and it would almost give me a bit more confidence.
And as you can see, you are moving up to Moto2. You've been testing the new bike. You clearly didn't quite go to plan. How's the arm healing?
Yeah, Moto2 bikes are a bit heavier than Moto3 bikes, so... No, but it was good. I mean, I really, really enjoyed the first 2 days testing on the Moto2 bike. Definitely got a lot to learn because it was a bit of a wake-up call, to be honest. But I'm really looking forward to what's to come.
And it's going to be okay, your arm?
Yeah, it should be sweet in a few weeks, so we'll see.
Let's hope he gets sweet soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Binder, the FIM Moto3 World Champion. Thanks, Brad.
Okay, alongside me now is FIM Women's Trial World Champion Emma Bristow. Emma, brilliant year for you. You've got your 3 world titles now, 100% winning records. One, are you ready for training for your 4th title perhaps? And of course, you've also got Sandra Gomez challenging you next season as well. So how difficult is that going to be?
Yeah, obviously I'm really pleased to win 3 titles in a row. On paper, like you said, it looks like I've won it easy, but it's never easy. I mean, there's a lot of training and a lot of preparation in the background that goes on. So I always turn up well prepared, and I think this year I've been mentally stronger and the best I've been. So with Sherka, I feel I've got the best team around me and obviously the best bike. So that makes it that little bit easier to keep on winning. But I'm not satisfied, and I'd love to be back, and I'm as motivated as ever. So.
And Sandra next season, I mean, how challenging is that?
I don't know. It depends what they do in the winter. But all I can do is make sure I'm the best I can be and well prepared. So looking forward to next year.
We're looking forward to it too. Thank you. Emma Bristow, our FIM Women's Trial World Champion. Would you just like to take a seat?
Congratulations to Emma. We're going to move on to our FIM Endurance World Champion. We saw Dominique before as the World Champion in terms of the teams, but strangely, our individual champion this year, Lucas Maías, of course, who was part of a different team. And for a team sport, you weren't inside that winning team this year, but you're here as a world champion. That must be quite a satisfying feeling for you.
Yes, it's very good for me. Normally, for the endurance, I have a free rider, but this season is different because in the beginning of the year, I don't ride with endurance, ride in super sport. But my new team have a big problem of the money, and it's not possible. So I ride in endurance in the private team for Suzuki RDCL for 24 of Le Mans. And I finished 4. And after Le Mans, Christophe Guyot of Yamaha called me for finish the season for remplaced Louis Rossi. And for the final, I take the point for Le Mans and the point for the final season with Yamaha. And the final, I'm a world champion, just me. But normally, I am 3 rider or 5 rider because I ride with the 2 teams. Like, it's very good for me.
It's a strange one indeed, but you are the FIM Endurance World Champion. He moves to Supersport World Championship with Yamaha next year. Ladies and gentlemen, our World Champion Endurance is Luca Maia.
And back here at the gala ceremony for the second year in a row, it's our FIM Moto2 World Champion, Yaho Sarko. Okay, so it's been a great year for you, hasn't it? You've retained the Moto2 title, but just tell us, how difficult was it to keep hold of it than to win it in the first place? I mean, defending it's got to be pretty tough.
So the second year has been difficult, but I cannot say harder than the first year, because we must remember that to be champion once, it's after many years of race, of work, trust, if you can be champion or not. So the first year is difficult if we remember all the years before. But the second year has been complicated with a lot of pressure, because I was champion and all riders in Moto2 wants to beat me, and this gave me the pressure, and that's why I did few mistakes. But after I could win races, and in the end get the title has been fantastic and high emotion to live, and just was a nice moment.
And of course, next year you're moving up to MotoGP. You've tested the bike in the past couple of weeks. How exciting are you about that big challenge?
Pretty excited. It's now so much power. I think it's the best category for a road racer that touched the MotoGP category, more than 250 horsepower. And now the test has been quite good. First day, always difficult to learn, and so many things new that you are thinking that you will struggle all the year. But then the day after, you can understand that with the time I can do it, and I must learn from my experience before. 2 times champion is useful to start in the category, so I can have this confidence to be champion, but remember that I need to learn. But I think now, ride with the idol like Valentino, and also the tough guy like Marquez, 5 times champion, Lorenzo too, it's a nice dream.
Well, congratulations for this year and all the best for next year. Johan Zarco, our FIM Moto2 World Champion. Thank you.
Yeah, great to see that. I think, Lisa, you're going to continue over that side with René. Is that right?
From an experienced champion to the youngest FIM World Champion here today, please welcome our FIM 85cc Junior Motocross World Champion, René Hoffer.
Hi.
Hi, René. René, you are the youngest world champion, and you are surrounded by many motocross legends, motocross names. Just tell us, who is your biggest idol growing up in the sport, and who do you look up to the most?
Actually, that's Ryan Dungey. I've been watching his races in the US since I'm a little boy, and he has a smooth riding style like me, and yeah, he inspired me most.
Is anyone else?
Jeffrey Hurlings, the Sand King, of course, and Hans Kienighartner is also a big influence on me, and he sponsored me since 4 years now, and he's really a fantastic partner.
I have a funny feeling we may see you back here in the future. René Hoffer, our 85cc Junior Motocross World Champion. Thank you, René.
Already an absolute pro by naming all the motocross legends who are in the room. I think that's clever already. I like it. Let's welcome our FIM Sidecar World Champions. We've got the driver, is Pekka Päivärinta. Thanks very much, Pekka, for being here. And Kirsi Kainalainen as well, who I'll explain in a second, is our first female GP World Champion. But Pekka, first of all, a question to you. You missed out in the past couple of seasons, so how does it feel to win the title back of Sidecar World Champion?
Of course, this win was I'm happy and hard work and I'm happy my passenger and this help chance win World Champion and good team and good sponsor and everything okay and win. This is normal.
That's the most important thing, isn't it? But Kirsi, I want to ask you, how does it feel to not be only the first female GP winner, but the first female GP sidecar champion? It's a fantastic achievement.
Yes, of course, that's very amazing and great feel.
and I don't understand after last race, what I do, how big thing that, but now I understand what this means, and I make it history, and this very, I'm happy that, and thank you, Pekka.
Brilliant, great teamwork, great to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, our FIM Sidecar World Champions making history are Pekka and Kirsi. Thank you.
Our only Latin American world champion here today. It's with great pleasure we say hello to the FIM Cross Country Rally's world champion, Pablo Quintanilla. Pablo, just tell us, how special is it for a Chilean rider to win this title? And you actually claimed the title at your home round, so that must be pretty special.
Yeah, for me it's really important. I'm really happy. It's my first time as a world champion, so I was looking for this long time, and I'm really happy for this. Also for the team, because they were working really hard to have a good result, and I think one of the keys of the good season was to be able to win in Atacama Desert in Chile. So I'm really happy, and now we are in the last part of the preparation for Dakar, so we are full of motivation to try to improve the result from last year, and I think we are a really strong team, and I feel good, so we will try to do our best to improve the result.
Well, best of luck for that. Pablo Quintanilla, FIM Country Rally's world champion. Congratulations, thank you.
Now I'd like to welcome back another familiar face around these parts. The FIM Speedway Grand Prix World Champion, of course, is Greg Hancock. Welcome back, Greg. It's good to have you here. When we last saw you in 2014, you had the honour of being our eldest world champion. And 2 years later, you've claimed that honour again. I don't know if it's good or bad to say, but it's absolutely brilliant to have you here once more. How can you still be winning now, 20 years after your first championship, pretty much?
I don't know, man. I kind of pinch myself every day as well. And, I started as a kid doing this thing, and something I really love, and nothing better for me than getting sideways and going fast. So, it gets harder every year. The youngsters, they're brave, they're fast, they're aggressive, and I know I can't beat them by being like that. I just got to try to be a little smarter and put a lot more time and effort into my bikes.
Yeah, they're brave and aggressive, but you're world champion, and I get bored of this question. But how much longer can you keep going? How much longer do you want to keep going?
Oh man, that's the question. The day I wake up and feel that I can't do this anymore, or I don't believe I can beat these guys, is the day that I'll quit. But I'm still competitive, and my body's holding up. I got a good wife and family behind me, so I'm not complaining. I'm still racing.
We're not complaining either. It's great to have you once more, ladies and gentlemen. Our four-time FIM Speedway Grand Prix World Champion, Greg Hancock.
It's fantastic to welcome back to the wards our FIM Women's Motocross World Champion, Livia Lancelo. Livia, it's been 8 years since we last saw you here. One, what took you so long? And what's it like to be back in the Champions Club?
We are hard working, and everyone wants to be world champion, so I won't say that it's easy. So it took me 8 years, but the feeling is great, and I'm really happy to be back on the top, and hopefully next year again.
And I guess because it took so long, you appreciate it more, and that feeling's even more special.
Yeah, it was also a long time that I didn't race the World Championship for 3 years. So I was back last year. I had a pretty bad luck season. So now I'm back on top, and I'm really happy about it. I know what I have to do to win. I did it this year, and I'm going to work even harder next year to keep this title.
Well, it's great to see you back on top. Livia Lancelo, our FIM Women's Motocross World Champion. Thank you.
So we move on to the world of trial, and our FIM X-Trial and Trial World Champion is someone we know better almost than anybody else here. Of course, it's Tony Bowe, who now celebrates 20 world titles this year in the individual. He's also won loads of the Trial of Nations as well. It's hard to find the words to describe your achievements. Once again, you raise that bar every single year, because everyone, we know all the other riders, they're champions as well. They're training hard. But you have to exceed their expectations. So where did you have to improve this year?
Yeah, always is difficult after the world champion for the next year. I think in the wet sections, in the new rules non-stop, for me it's more difficult because I'm arrived to the bicycle. and the trial is my natural trial is more indoor, and in the sections in wet conditions and than others, for me is the more difficult.
Oh, still something to teach a 20-time world champion then. But what now? Another 20?
Yeah, for sure. These last 10 years for me is living a dream. No, I think only thinking in training and better my level for the next year and try the world champion again.
Wow, who'd bet against it? I certainly won't be anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, 32 times the world champion, but 20 individual titles. Tony Bow.
This year saw the first FIM Enduro GP World Champion crown, but also taking the FIM E2 World Championship is Matthew Phillips. Matthew, we've seen you here a few times. You've taken other FIM titles, but this one's slightly different, isn't it? It's the overall of all three classes. Does that make it feel more important to you and perhaps a little bit more special?
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely an important championship to win, and it was new to us and new challenge. So, we had to learn as we went, and had 3 times the amount of competition. So, every result counted, and sometimes we really had to hang it out, and other times we had to save the bike, and just finish in the best position we could. And thankfully, had a really great team, a lot of experience, and they just guided me through. And it was a difficult championship, a lot of rainy days, and you just had to ride smart this year. So, really looking forward to next year. I think, we'll be with the same package again, same team, same bike, and same attitude. So it'll be good.
We're looking forward to it. Matthew Phillips, our FIM E2 and Enduro GP World Champion. Thank you.
Great to see Matthew back here now, our FIM MXGP Motocross World Champion. He was here last year as the MX2 champion, but having moved up. Tim Geiser, congratulations. You are the MXGP World Champion. And you opened what was a rookie season with a back-to-back moto win. So is that the moment that you thought that this championship was possible?
No, I think that was not the moment. It was just first race, so still 16, 17 race was to go. So, start was amazing, but then I think during the season, when I win a couple of more motos, couple of more GPs, then we start to realizing that, it can happen.
Obviously, in 2017, Jeffrey, where he is, he's moving up. There he is in the corner. He's moving up to MXGP. Tony Cairoli, Romain Febvre, they're going to be looking to claim back their titles as well. So how do you plan to defend what is an incredible honour?
I think the first time it's the easiest time, so I think now it's gonna be tough for sure. The competition is gonna be so big. So many good riders. It's gonna be in that class, and for sure, we all have the same goal. We want to win. So I will try to make a good preparation. We are working hard now during the winter, and we will see. We will do our best.
It's great to see this new wave of young motocross riders coming to the very top. Congratulations to Tim Geiser, the FIM MXGP Motocross World Champion. Thanks, Tim.
Joining me now, we have our FIM Superbike World Champion, Jonathan Ray. Jonathan, you're another one of our back-to-back winners. Just tell us, what's it like for you? Just how hard was it to defend the title than it was to win in the first place?
Honestly, it was a much bigger challenge for me. Winning my first world title was like a dream, something I dreamt of since I was a young boy, but it came very natural. The second one this season, Kawasaki came with an all-new ZX-10R, which took a lot of developing. We faced many, many challenges, but in the end we could be super proud as a team and a manufacturer that we were able to win with the first year in the bike. And it's a season that I'll remember for many, many years. I've had so many good moments and challenging moments, but in the end we could achieve our target, which was amazing.
Thankfully, you did achieve your target, but towards the end of this year, it did get harder. Competition got tougher. Next year, we've got new riders coming into the class. We've got new bikes. How hard is it going to be to get 3 in a row?
Extremely hard. I mean, like I just said, to win one world championship, it's incredible. So congratulations to all the guys. But I've got my eyes set on a hat-trick, not to focus on any other riders or manufacturers, but at Kawasaki I really feel like I've got the best people around me with the best manufacturer in Superbike right now, so we'll continue to focus on ourselves and our step-by-step method, and
mean, hopefully we can get it done. That's our target anyway.
Congratulations. Jonathan Rea, FIM Superbike World Champion.
Yeah, and from the pinnacle of one side of circuit road racing to the other side as well. And the FIM MotoGP World Champion, of course, is Marc Marquez. His 5th world title. He's still only 23 years of age, 5 in the last 7 years, of course. This is your 3rd title in MotoGP, but it's clear that you changed your approach a little bit this season. Can you explain to us why you felt you had to do that?
So, hello everybody. Yeah, of course, I started to understand when last year I was not here because I did a few mistakes that then I started to realize that maybe sometimes the style of on-off can be dangerous, and we try to manage in a different way this year, and we did well. So yeah, but around me it's all the people, all the team that support me, and we achieve our goal that was the championship.
And it's fair to say the package wasn't necessarily always the best one out there, but you did some great work during the year as a team. You've been testing the 2017 package already very recently after the end of the season. So what work is going on over in Japan to make sure you've got the package you need to retain the title next year?
Yeah, of course, now we have all the pre-season still to do. We will start again on February, but we did the first test in Valencia, and has been not so bad. There's still a lot of work to do, but the feeling was good. So we will try to manage well. We will try to improve for be competitive and to be again next year here, but it will be difficult.
And when you look across all these champions that are here today, it is a great sight, isn't it, to see so much talent all together. But if you weren't the MotoGP world champion, is there another discipline of all those out there that you'd like to participate in?
First of all, congrats to all these champions, because that means that they did amazing season. But like many people know, I'm a big fan of MX, and I would like to be in the place of guys Danji because I love it. I follow a lot MX off-road, but all of these guys deserve it. So very nice to be here with all of them.
Brilliant stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, MotoGP World Champion in 2016, Marc Marquez. So we have all of our world champions in situ and up on stage as well, and our legends, of course, up there as well. But to close the ceremony, I'd like to invite up as well the FIM president, Mr. Vito Ippolito, to say a few words ahead of this evening's gala. Mr. Ippolito. What an array of champions we have here today.
I have really few words, because the important words were told by our champions. It's a unique opportunity in the year that to have all these great men, I can say, women, all together. Is the unique opportunity. A lot of energy with us. They will help us also to continue to support, to organize, to follow all of you. Well, congratulations to all of you. I would like to invite you tonight to the gala, and thank you to be here. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ippolito. Do you want to take your seats alongside Mark there? And then what we're going to do is get the photos with Vito in the middle there alongside our champions. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is, of course, the FIM Gala ceremony for 2016. And alongside the president, here are all your world champions and FIM legends.
Can we just have one final round of applause for all our champions and legends, please, before we make the family photographs? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in the audience, can I ask you can you ask everyone in the audience, please, can you stay down? Please stay seated in your seats, please. Please, can you put your phones down because they're affecting the overall picture? Thank you. We want to make this family picture. If I can ask all the champions just to stand up and stay in your positions, but just first of all stand up. And the legends, please, ladies and gentlemen, just stand up. If you can, people in the audience, please stay seated. Please, can you stay seated? Thank you. Can you please stay seated, sir? Thank you.